Cyclops' eye lasers are really weird and we need to talk about it. For starters, they're not lasers even though they clearly look like lasers. It's actually something called concussive energy. Basically, he's shooting punches out of his face. Getting hit with one of his eye beams is like getting punched, or more accurately, more like getting hit by a truck. Also, he's not actually making the beams. The actual origin of his optic beams has been very convoluted and contradicted multiple times, but basically his eyes open up portals to another dimension that's full of that energy, and the beams just kind of shoot out of the portals that he makes with his eyes. The origin of that explanation has been incredibly convoluted. First mention of it doesn't actually come from a comic book, but more from the official handbook of the Marvel Universe back in 1983. There's a page in the book that covers everything about Cyclops, including his powers. It says Cyclops' eyes are no longer the complex organic jelly that utilize the visual spectrum of light to see the world around it. Instead, they are interdimensional apertures between this universe and another. But apparently the people who write these handbooks didn't love that explanation because in 1986, they changed it. In the 1986 version of the Marvel Handbook, we get a different explanation of his abilities. Well, kind of. Because this one says the precise nature of the energy and its origin remain unknown. There appears to be a direct correlation between the length of time Cyclops has been exposed to sunlight and the intensity and longevity of the force beams. So basically the 1986 book chalks it up to solar exposure. It has him actually generating the beams. However, the 2004 version of the official Marvel Handbook kind of combines both of those entries. His eyes, which act as interdimensional apertures between this universe and another, Cyclops' body constantly absorbs ambient energy, such as sunlight, from his environment into his body's cells, which allows him to open the apertures. And it should be noted that if you go to the official Marvel.com page for Cyclops, the 2004 explanation is the current provided explanation. One other aspect of this is that you might constantly see people say that he's drawing energy from something called the punch dimension. That connection has never officially been made. In fact, the punch dimension isn't even from an X-Men story, and is not mentioned in any of the handbooks outlining Cyclops' powers. It actually comes from the Ultimates Volume 2, Issue 9, where America Chavez enters the punch dimension, which just so happens to look like Cyclops' beams, and she pulls energy from it, and it functions a lot like Cyclops' power. So, people connected the dots and said that that is where he is drawing his energy from. Again, Marvel has never officially connected that dot. But yeah, dude shoots interdimensional punch beams out of his face.